Welcome, dear friends, and our Lenten journey with Jesus takes us to Jericho. And there's a pathos developing, a sadness unfolding. There's a great shadow coming over our journey. And Luke's Gospel picks it up in chapter 18, verse 31. And Jesus is speaking to the disciples, to you and to me. He took them aside and said, "We are going up to Jerusalem, on our way there, and everything that is written by the prophets about the Son of Man will be fulfilled. He will be delivered over to the Gentiles. They will mock him, insult him, spit on him, will flog him, and kill him." Each of these verbs are chilling and violent. They're destructive and hateful. They are the interior place of the destruction of humanity, and they're the place where you and I can ruin our lives. And Jesus predicts his death, this shadow of evil that comes over his own life is happening as we speak, is present as we live our lives today. And as we cast a vision over creation, we see Sudan, the Congo, Syria, the Middle East, and Ukraine. We see the forces of evil and of chaos, of destruction, of dragging individuals and peoples into degradation. And so the journey of Jesus and our journey is present in our moment in history, and goes not only into this moment in our culture, in our history, and in our predicament, but right into our families, our communities, and into the most interior place of my personal struggle each day, that most secret place of struggle with evil and good. And Jesus is approaching Jericho, and as he does, a blind beggar calls out. On the streets of London, or the streets of Oxford, and the streets of your hometown, you'll often see a beggar on the side of the road. And he may hear something hopeful, something to bring him some kind of dignity. This poor man then, as a poor man now, hears the same thing. And he calls out, and everybody says, "Be quiet." They're waiting for this great person of Jesus to come, whom they begin to build up in their minds as important and significant for them. And this beggar doesn't count. He's beyond healing. He's beyond being upgraded. But this man is awakened. The presence of the divine in the human Jesus is not going to pass him by. He keeps shouting, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Is this not the cry deep within our beggarly self? Are we not in the sidewalk of our own hearts crying out, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me"? And that beggar elicits from Jesus a response because it's coming from the depth of his need. And Jesus stops and says, "What can I do for you?" "Lord, that I may see." And he gives him his sight. Receive your sight. And to me and to you, Jesus is saying, receive what you have asked of me, and believe, and walk with me. Be my disciple. And as Jesus actually went on and entered Jerusalem, he meets Zacchaeus. And Zacchaeus is a small guy like myself. And when he's in a big crowd, he needs to climb a tree or get someplace of vantage. And Zacchaeus does just that. He gets up a tree. But he's a tax collector, And when Jesus stops and says, Zacchaeus, come down, I'm going to eat at your house today, like what happened at Nazareth, he's not going to eat with that guy. Does he know who that guy is? That guy is outside the pale. He's a bad egg. And Jesus goes into the places of our rejection, into the people who are most outside, and goes and eats with them. And into our house, into our deep interior, when we feel most unworthy, he's saying, to your name and my name, I'm going to eat at your house today. So going into Jerusalem and on the way to Jerusalem, the stop in Jericho is important. It prepares us. And let us then begin to pray deeply out of these two episodes in Jericho. The first, the beggar. Let's stay in that beggarly place in our spirit. And in the place of Zacchaeus, we'll climb any tree, climb any mountain, overcome any obstacle to get near Jesus, to be his disciple, and to walk with him. Walk with us to Jerusalem. It is our saving, it is our blessing, and the blessing of humanity today. God be with you and bless you. Amen.